offline on Tuesday and yesterday. Well, let's just say it's good to be back. Tuesday I was definitely not feeling good, plus I had a lot of stuff to do, and then yesterday, all the stuff that I didn't do on Tuesday because I wasn't feeling good, plus I think just general exhaustion from like the last over my weekend caught up with me and I crashed, and I think I'm still not recovered from that. So my head's kind of really sore right now. But I'm not to the point where I can't stream. Just keeping up with life updates. Good-ish news on the job hunt front. I may be getting some calls shortly-ish. So that is exciting for me. No updates on when, but I got the heads up, and so I can prepare. So that's just a small point of stress for me. But watching bodier and stuff, a whole other level. So I think I can. Watching that, I feel more comfortable myself. But my career coach stuff is going to be paused starting tomorrow until like early January, which is fine. I can always reinstate it if I need it. But that means that my online training course is also trying to get as much of that. I don't know. Words are maybe I shouldn't be editing right now. But yeah, but I've been trying to get as much learning in as I can before everything pauses, and like right now my brain is just like at a hard stop. No more. You're pausing, you're at a good pausing point. Pivot to this other learning thing if you really want to learn. So I think that's where I'm at. But yeah, these last couple of days I've been just trying to get as much in as I can, and as a result I think my brain is just overloaded. And that might be another reason why my head hurts is much screen time basically. There is that. Trying to figure out. I feel like I was going to say something and I completely forgot what I was going to say. My microphone, like I had listened back on my microphone earlier today. So guys, let me know if you notice anything on the phone. I feel like one day it'll be like golden and the next, because I sneezed the next time I hit it with my elbow. Excuse me. It wants to throw a hissy fit, so I don't know. Other than that, I don't really have anything else to really discuss. And for those who saw the Instagram, see how far I can text because of my stop. That live was bare bones, just a couple hours. Oh, and heads up, my headset is also not on currently, so if anything the rest of the students, I'm going to say, trickled out, and Sylvia stood from her seat and put the backpack across her shoulders. Martha was fine. What's up? She asked the teacher. Paused, his round features scrunched up, indicating that this is by no means a mandatory suggestion. He looked involved. Sorry, not a mandatory suggestion. It's by no means mandatory. This is just a suggestion. I think that this was going in. You don't need to. This is just a suggestion. Sylvia nodded. She was used to these verbal lapses. Okay, said slowly, shifting her feet. Had no idea. I think it would be best if you and your parents were to take you tested. Attention deficit hyperactivity. Like what you say again. Sylvia blinked. Excuse me? Again, Mr. Burns hurriedly answered. This is just a suggestion. I think it would be best if you explore the possibility. Why? Sylvia asked, defensively. What? Well, the number of tendencies that I saw in my sister when she was afraid. It will make it work, but I bet paying attention and staying on focus is hard. Not always. For her either. No, my sister had it. A lot of the same people. So, again, it's not mandatory. I do suggest that you think you do have attention deficit hyperactivity. Sure. There are things that can be done to make it easier for you to cope as you move forward in your academic or professional career. Sylvia frowned. She didn't like hearing that she might have some sort of disorder. Thanks, she replied. Think about it. That's all I ask, answered smiling. Have a great rest of the day. You too, she answered, her soft voice soft as she moved her Her mind was swimming. She didn't like hearing that she might have some sort of disorder, but he still told her. There's nothing that was going to change that. It's possible she might have it. She heard about it before, but mostly heard that people who had it just not sit down and just focus. That's something so bad. When she wanted to, she was so good at it. She was great at focus. In her mind, it is more likely she did not have this hyperactivity. There's no need to get her tested for something she doesn't have. She briefly thought about telling her parents about what Mr. Bruns had suggested, but then dismissed that idea almost right away. She was certain that there was no need to get tested for it. Why would she tell her parents? They might think she would need the testing, but who knows Sylvia better than Sylvia? So, in the end, since they forced her to get tested, they'll just take a negative result and waste it. She'll tell Vanessa. There about to have their next class together, so Sylvia certainly wouldn't forget the topic while it was still fresh in her mind. What would Vanessa say? Sylvia wondered as she leaned against the wall to the classroom. Her friend wasn't there yet. It often took her some time to get to this class. Sometimes she even arrived right after the bell rang. Her travels between classes was that far apart. Said first period literature support. Question mark, Vanessa hesitated. Vanessa frowned. Did he? Sylvia nodded. Weird, right? Vanessa hesitated again. Well, Sylvia blinked. She was surprised that Vanessa wasn't immediately agreeing how weird the suggestion was. I'll talk to my dad tonight, she said with a shake of her head. Since he's a doctor, he might have some insight. I completely dropped the ball on that one. You really think I have it? Sylvia blinked in surprise. I don't know, Vanessa shrugged. A lot of things look a lot of different ways and a lot of different people, she explained as she walked past Sylvia's desk and sat down behind it. I think he's just seeing things where he doesn't see, she stated. You're not going to do it? No, why would I? I'm pretty sure. She paused. No, I know that I don't have it. Yay, Vanessa said. She started pulling out her books for the class from her backpack. What was it you wanted to tell me? Sylvia asked. Just then, the teacher spoke up. Class, today we will be covering our last book. Vanessa looked between Sylvia and the teacher and leaned forward. Let's see now, she whispered. The teacher hated when people talked about class. Sylvia nodded and made a sure. See at lunch, she heard Vanessa continue. The teacher, however, had begun her lecture, and follow-up questions were not going to be had at this point. Sylvia stood in line at Sylvia stood in line at the cafeteria, moving forward as the rest of the line shuffled ahead. She was baffled. What's Vanessa wanted to tell her but couldn't. What did they have to wait for lunch for? And why did Vanessa suddenly dart away after class instead of joining Sylvia in the lunch line? Most of that's fine, but I just want to highlight it all anyway. Alright, so. Sylvia stood in the cafeteria. Were similar but themed. The Italian lunch line often served noodles. The Chinese lunch line also often served noodles, sometimes rice. There's a line for salads, a line for soups, and a line just for beverages. That one typically first thing in the was typically for typically busy first thing in the morning for the kids. Meals were often more expensive than the general line, so Sylvia made sure to stick to the general line in an effort to help them. Tray in both hands before she finally caught sight of Vanessa's long brown hair. She was walking toward their regular seats. Also, someone was there. Next to her, with her. It was Thomas. Likely, Sylvia reasoned with herself. He probably asked. She turned him down, and he was invited to hang out with him during lunch. Vanessa was so considerate like that. Steeling herself for the new person to bring their little lunch with her, Sylvia walked over to their table and joined them as they arrived. Hey, Sylvia said, greeting Vanessa. Are you with us Thomas, or rather Tom, wasn't a bad person, just someone that Sylvia knew next to nothing about. Now he was going to be joining them for Sylvia wasn't sure if she liked that idea. Still, for as much of it basically certainly seemed wonderful. Sylvia knew that Vanessa, whether she eventually tells him about her situation or not, wanted a relationship with him. So sweet, honest it is. Such a... I don't like it. Sylvia knew that Vanessa, whether she eventually tells him about her situation or not, wanted a relationship like that. As it is. So she wasn't one for the second year. She did in almost all of her other classes anyway. Sylvia forced a smile on her lips and hello, she said amiably, nodded back at her. Hello, then reached a hand across the table to shake. Feels weird too because they literally just greeted each other after the whole exchange. Great hurts. This allows me to be more, if that's possible. Or was I? They blinked at the gesture, not having it said. No, she was not going to be able to shake his hand. She noticed that he also had a salad. Salad day? She asked casually, not to either of them to Vanessa blushed a bit. Sylvia knew why. This was the first time Vanessa had taken it herself to get a salad from the salad line. Usually she was just usually she was in the general line with Sylvia, and sometimes she would have something Italian. Yeah, she answered. I figure of all the things, this can only be good for me, right? Sylvia nodded her agreement. I'm not a salad person myself, she said. Give me a good old... She glanced down the tray. Today's entree was a couple of small chicken drumsticks. Be good old chicken, she said. Let's chuckled. Salad's not for everyone. Sometimes I wish that spell grammar correction would like just ease up if something's in between quotes, but rules are rules. And that's what they're sticking to, I guess. Salad's not for everyone. I'm a vegetarian though, so this is typically what I end up eating when I'm at school. Most of the other options aren't, well, part of my diet, he explained, before stabbing some innocent lettuce. Vanessa chimed in. Plus, all the greens can help me get the antioxidants that I need. Sylvia nodded, listening up. She was not interested at all in any sort of salad talk, whether it be about vegetarianism or antioxidants. She doesn't want to stop them. From that moment, though, lunch took a turn as neither of them ate. Finally, Vanessa broke that silence. What's this for after school? Boy for a hand. I honestly don't. That's like it seems like it'd be in character for her, but it also seems like it would be inviting disaster. So I don't think I like that. He blinked and then ran his hand through his hair and thought. I'm just gonna go to the local community college. I didn't get into the schools I wanted, but I figure I can go there for a couple years and bounce somewhere else, like University of Florida. Excuse me. mechanic went. Someone like her, who was wanting to get into an art program, didn't even consider it. I like it all, but I feel like it's all on her. But if he could go for theater, maybe it might be worth it for her to check it out for art methods. What about you? He asked Vanessa in return. She took what felt like forever to finish her glass what felt like forever to finish her salad. You don't really have slowly over at Sylvia. About the way she was staring at Sylvia prompted Thomas to turn. Look over at the blonde as well. Sylvia blinked as the two of them had their focus on her. I don't know what you guys are looking at me for. I'm just gonna get a job and work. Maybe I'll check out the community college too. Maybe I'll check out the community college too. Hurry, Thomas said as he speared some more of the salad. I'm not for the semester ends pretty soon, as is already. Difficult. Deadlines were bad enough. Living deadlines almost meant that she would be failing to meet them. Try to do that. Swig from her bottle of water. The water never made it to her lips. As she was picking up the bottle, a blaring alarm went off. Excuse me. Although the cafeteria was filled with students, the ear-shattering tumult managed to echo off the walls of the floors and capture everyone's attention. The water that was meant for her lips ended up on her shoe. What's that? Vanessa asked, but yelled, covering her ears. All of the students in the cafeteria were getting up together with backpacks. One can say it was relatively choreographed, at least until the backpacks were situated. After that, there were throngs of students rushing toward the doors closest to the parking lot. One of the slower moving groups, and Thomas hung back to help get Vanessa situated. Someone probably pulled a fire alarm. Thomas answered her, a loud voice in an empty room. Yeah, Sylvia replied. We've just got to make it to the parking lot and we'll be fine. Sylvia loudly explained. It's wearing on. Sylvia and Thomas both blinked Vanessa as they followed the throng of students out of the cafeteria. However, instead of the deluge of bodies making their way over the campus asphalt, going. Either way, I think I know what I mean by that. School's parking lot. Sorry, y'all, I'm stretching. However, instead of the deluge of bodies this asphalt, there's a teacher that intercepted them and redirected them around the campus and toward the football stadium on the other side of the campus. What's going on? Sylvia heard another student ask. Just go, he responded without further comment. Sylvia and Vanessa Vanessa looked at each other, but they, along with Thomas, obeyed the directions, followed the other students around the perimeter of the school toward the football field. As the cafeteria students neared the stadium, they were joined by other throngs of students who left campus in their respective fire alarm exits. Apparently, everyone was being redirected here. There were lots of questions about what was happening. Was this just a practice drill? Or was something actually going on? There were some people who admitted that although they were concerned, they were glad that they were being evacuated. That meant there's no shooter on the campus. Hearing that made Sylvia's body shiver. That was one of her biggest fears. She certainly hoped that was the least. I don't hate it, but when they finally made it to the field, Sylvia, Thomas, and Vanessa found a small section of bleachers where they could sit down and set down their backpacks. As they were sitting and waiting for some news to occur, excuse me, for some news to occur, there was another group nearby where one of the students was brave enough to pull off a "What's it say?" they heard one of the students saying. "They said that Seminole High School is currently under a bomb threat," the student who had the phone out was saying. "They're confirming the validity now and are looking for the caller." One of the other students let out a low whistle. Sylvia and Vanessa looked at each other again, and then Vanessa cast her gaze to Thomas, who was looking at her. "Brett." Sylvia groaned and nodded. "Yeah, I haven't had one of these since like what, 7th grade? 7th or 8th, yeah," Thomas confirmed. He had gone to the same middle and high schools that Sylvia had gone. He was familiar with it. Sylvia gave him. "So, it's been a while since we've had someone do this. You guys go to your football field too, then too?" Asked. Excuse me. "We didn't have one," Thomas explained. "So, what did you do?" "Think," Sylvia said, trying to recall the last time they experienced a bomb threat. "If memory serves, we were told to wait on the sidewalk on the opposite side of the road." "Yeah, I remember that too," Thomas said. me. I felt it was not only common sense, but also prudent to allow the students to be able to use their handheld devices. Most were using them to keep distracted as the day went along. Others were sending messages to keep their loved ones appraised of what was currently happening, including that it looks like this missing link will be delayed. Still others were using the devices to keep up the pace with the latest bomb threat. Those people sitting in the group just feet away were Sylvia, Vanessa, and Thomas said this afternoon. Still others were using the devices to keep up the pace with the latest news about bomb threats. One of those people was sitting in the group just feet away from Sylvia, Thomas, and Vanessa. Had decided this been their thing to do. What's the latest? Or what's the latest? Sylvia called out to the girl in the other group. Nothing since last time. Sweep of the school is done, but they're checking other possibilities before letting anyone go on or off campus. The girl leaned back and reported. The girl leaned back and reported. Several teachers had left this campus already. Another one of the girls in the group trying to holding up one of her. It's my brain, it's not the writing. Several teachers had left campus already. Another one of the girls in the group chimed in, holding up one of the warm water bottles. They probably made sure to check that area first, the first girl explained. Vanessa was laying down the bleachers where they were gathered, her head on her backpack. Thomas was sitting on a bleacher just below her, on his homework while he had nothing to do. Sylvia, feeling like the odd man out, was restless. She wasn't about to do homework, and she wasn't tired enough to take it with. No, she wanted to know what the heck was going on so she could get home too. Sucks. She complained. She was next to Thomas, allowing Vanessa to have the bleachers to rest without any issue. I like that for revamp. Ooh, this one. Yep, Thomas agreed, flipping a page in his math textbook. But we've got to deal with it. Sylvia looked at him, looked at his math, which was very advanced compared to her regular algebra, and looked down at her empty hands and sighed. It's just the problem. I don't know how to deal with this, she complained. Thomas looked at himself, and over Sylvia. Do you want a recommendation? If you tell me to do my homework, I want to flip that book off your lap. That was probably the meanest thing Sylvia had ever intentionally said to anyone. Awful. Still, she was too hot and sweet. No. Blinking blue eyes in surprise at her. What? What is pencil on his features? Go ask them to escort you to the bathroom. I don't have to go, Sylvia argued. No, but it'll get you up and moving around. Maybe you can play with my pencil. If needed. He was right. He was going to start raising just sitting, waiting for updates from her next step. But she wasn't about to do any homework like Thomas or nap like Vanessa. She had nothing in her backpack that would be able to adequately keep her preoccupied. Even her phone, which she had pulled out once word spread that they were allowed to use them, had already died. She forgot to charge it the night before. I think I want to add more to this. She brought it into her room with the intention of charging it there, and then forgot to charge it. pass you off to coaching, Chris. And ask for Yeah, Sylvia said. She was tempted to say something about needing to get up and walk around. Yeah. Tempted to say something about needing to get up and walk around, but she figured, even as nice as this teacher seemed, that saying it would stop her bathroom trip. I'm gonna highlight this off for revamp anyway. Alright, let's go. The teacher made a motion with her arm to indicate that Sylvia should follow her, and began to head down toward the field itself. Sylvia dutifully followed. Her head was on a swivel as she looked up at all the groups of students just hanging out on the bleachers. She recognized a few of them, having had many classes with a lot of them. A few of her friends were in those groups too. She made sure to get eye contact with them. Eventually, the pretty young teacher whose name Sylvia had forgotten met up with a muscular woman who was wearing a pink salmon pink sleeveless polo shirt and white shorts with white socks and sneakers. Resting on her curly red hair was a white sun visor hat, which didn't make any sense to Sylvia since the woman was also wearing dark brown sunglasses. "You got another one?" the red-headed teacher asked the pretty young teacher. "Yeah, can you escort her to the bathrooms?" Sure, the coach was about to answer until there was a high-pitched whine that filled the air. "Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?" The man's voice echoed robotically through the loudspeaker. Looking over at the center of the field, Sylvia noticed a man. Sylvia noticed a man, the dean, standing with a handheld loudspeaker in an attempt to address the students and faculty. Affirmative replies peppered around in the air around Sylvia. The dean nodded and began to speak again. "We have received word that the school is now safe and you are all safe to depart. That being said, we are not going to be dismissing everyone at once. We will be dismissing based on dismissal methods and grade." There are various grumblings throughout the crowds. Various grumblings throughout the crowds as students returned home, tempering the news with disappointment that they cannot just get up and leave. Coach Chris looked down at Sylvia and asked, "How badly do you think you need to go?" "I'm pretty sure I can hold it at this point." We'll do one more chapter and then I think I'll be done for today because it's rough for me right now, guys. Not gonna lie. It was a rare evening in the Mulligan household when the family not only had the television on, but when it was turned on loud enough that everyone could hear it as long as they were within a few feet of the living room. Sylvia had been curled up on the couch, her eyes glued to the television whenever a news cycle came on during the all-day, everyday local news and weather channel. They had reported the bomb threat that had occurred, including reporting the happy ending that there was no actual threat to anyone at the school. The news anchor's always capped with news anchors always ended with search for always ended with the search for the person who caused. You should turn it off. Why? Somebody asked. Just keep doing the same thing over and over again, and nothing will happen. This, but just like it right here, since but it might, if it happens, said sitting down next to her, then there will be an announcement that breaking news is occurring. You still have to watch the news in order to know, though. Sylvia's mom said, "Yes, you don't need to turn the car. Turn down the volume and message right while you do it." Almost done, she said absently. Press the television screen. Is it now? Mother asked. What was it? Just a couple of math problems, she answered. The rest I couldn't get because of the evacuation. Mother just shook her head and leaned back on the couch. What about painting? Aren't you going to do a special project later? I can allude to this later, but I'm going to because Sylvia nodded absently. Not in the mood to work on it right now, though, she explained. Mother said, "Tell me about your day." Sylvia tore her eyes from the television screen toward her mother. Why? You already know. Her mother shrugged. Your day couldn't have just been all bleachers and bombs. You said the bomb threat was made around 5th period. What about the periods before that? Fourth Sylvia nodded absently. In the mood for okay. Tell me about your day. Sylvia tore her eyes from the television screen. Why? You already know. Mother shrugged. Your day couldn't have just been all bleachers and bombs. You said the bomb threat was made around the 5th period. What about the periods before that? Tell me about your classes. Ask me that in years. Just want to know about your day. At the time, I thought maybe I was being a little too overpowering when you asked me not to ask you about that, her mother stated. Now, today, I'm trying to be overpowering so that you can get your mind off of what happened. Sylvia let out a long, pained sigh. Fine. What do you want to know? class. First class is biology. First class is biology, Sylvia stated. As if you're being forced to read a poem on a stage in front of a crowd. What do you do in biology? Others asked. I looked at cells, mostly, Sylvia said. Comparing animal to plant, things like that. Sounds fascinating, I said. Did you learn anything interesting from that? Not really, Sylvia answered. My mother nodded, almost as if she were expecting the answer. Okay then, what about the second period class? Sylvia made a face, Spanish, over some high-level vocabulary and phrases. Spanish. Okay. Like? Sylvia shook her head. I can't remember right now. I need to get my textbook. Mother looked thoughtful for a second. She was afraid that she was going to ask her to go get the textbook so she could hear an example. Okay, she finally said. What's the next class? Government. As Celia answered and shook her head. We did mock elections last week, so today we talked about what made us decide to vote for another. That can be extrapolated and Sylvia's mother tilted her. Sylvia shrugged. It was kind of interesting. In the terms that then he Oh, never mind. Her said up. What did you do? Sylvia shifted in her seat. Intent. Would almost keep them anyway. They're definitely all thoughts of trying to make up a story flew from Sylvia's mind when she heard Mother's ice-edged tone. He said he thinks I resemble his sister who had attentional deficit hyperactivity. He thinks I should get tested because of it. Sylvia's mother visibly relaxed and let out a light chuckle at her initial reaction. Oh, is that what it was? Insult my girl, she said. But I'm glad for the teachers at your school. Imagine the listening. Hi. Hey Bentley, how's it going? Or Milo, how's it going? What did you just say in this moment? mother's definition. I think they are, for the most part. She asked, why don't you think that him suggesting that I have deficit hyperactivity isn't insulting? Alright, I'm gonna... This one place I care. It is true. You might have it. I've never really wondered about it, though, because otherwise, you're well behaved. Sylvia shifted in her seat. Possible. You don't want to get tested. Necessary. Mother gave another chuckle. Usually, unless we're worried that we might be very resistant to the possibility or may not be diagnosed with. So, pretty. Also, I think your flow's messed up because your voice is awfully quiet and I can't hear you. It's probably not your phone. You missed it earlier, but I said that my microphone's been weird. So thank you for letting me know. I turned up the gain on my microphone directly. So hopefully... Oh, I got something in my mail. So hopefully that fixes it. But I am going to be wrapping up shortly after this paragraph because I cannot focus anymore and I need to focus on this email that I got. Okay. Mother gave another chuckle, usually unless we're worried that we might have something. Sylvia blinked, not quite following along with what her mother was saying, and I also have a terrible headache, so I'm not feeling good, so that's why I'm wrapping up early. Sylvia blinked, not quite following along with what her mother was saying, like me. But before she could respond, there's a buzz that vibrated against her leg. Instead of responding to her mother, she pulled out the phone and took a look at the notification preview. It came from Vanessa's phone, but the text preview said, "Hello, this is Vanessa's mom." Bum, bum, bum. Set this up for the next session. Hospital e-logger. Alright, and with that, I am sorry for the short-ish stream today, guys. I'm struggling along, got some meds in the middle there. I need to probably step away from computers for a minute. But I have an important email that I need to look at, so I will be wrapping it up here. And I will plan to stream tomorrow. Hopefully everything is good tomorrow and we can do a bit of a longer stream. But for now, thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you ideally tomorrow. Thanks, and bye.